Hello friends, welcome to Kamath Astrology. Today's topic is Saturn has become retrograde in the Purvabhadrapada nakshatra from 3rd October 2025, and he will continue his retrograde motion in the Purvabhadrapada nakshatra till 28th November 2025. Then he again becomes direct, and on 20th January 2026 he will again enter the Uttar Bhadrapad nakshatra. Now at the same time, Rahu is also in the Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra but in the sign of Aquarius, while Saturn is in that portion of Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra that lies in the sign of Pisces or Mean. So what is the impact of these two planets being together in the Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra is what we will see. So now let us understand a few things about the Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra. So as you can see, the purple lines in the left hand side figure, those are the boundaries of the Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra. It starts at 20 degrees in the sign of Aquarius and it ends at 3 degrees 20 minutes in the sign of Pisces. So the total length of this nakshatra is 13 degrees 20 minutes like all other nakshatras, and you can see Rahu is right now at 22 degrees in the sign of Aquarius, which means he is in the first pada of the Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra, and Saturn is at 3 degrees 20 minutes. So he has just entered, or he is retrograding or moving backwards into the Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra. But Saturn is still in that portion of Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra which is in the sign of Pisces, and Rahu is in that portion of Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra which is in the sign of Aquarius. Now what is the symbol of this nakshatra? Purva means past and Bhadrapada literally refers to feet, so it refers to auspicious feet. It is also symbolized by the front legs of a funeral cot, symbolizing that this nakshatra is a bridge between life and death, or between the lower realm and the higher realm. It is also shown by a set of crossed swords. One sword destroys impurities or things that were wrong, and the other sword helps you to move forward in life. It is also symbolized by a person having two faces or dual faces. That is, it appears as something, but the person is really something else behind the scenes. So it shows a dual-faced or a split personality. Now generally people who are born with their moon in the Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra, they have died with lot of regrets in their past life and they have sought forgiveness from God. So God gives them a chance to purify themselves in this birth, and that is why they are born with the Purva Bhadrapad nakshatra. So it is a nakshatra of purification, it is a nakshatra of transformation. Now let us understand the deity of this nakshatra. This nakshatra is ruled by Guru, that is the planet of divine wisdom, divine knowledge. And right now Guru is also aspecting this nakshatra. Shukra is also aspecting this nakshatra. You can see the green lines. This symbolizes that this nakshatra is about higher knowledge, it is about purification, it is about revealing the truth. Now who is the deity of this nakshatra? The deity of this nakshatra is a Rudra called Aja Ekapada. Ekapada means standing on one foot. You can see the right hand side figure, that is a form of Shiva called Aja Ekapada, who is standing on one foot in a sacrificial fire, right? That fire shows purification, that fire shows transformation, and from one side of this deity Brahma, the creation, emerges, and from the other side Vishnu, who maintains or sustains the creation, emerges. So this deity destroys everything that is fake, that is false, that is not suitable for you, and it brings about a better creation. So Shiva here is performing penance on one foot, and it shows intense purification, intense transformation, and it destroys everything that is false or unreal. Now let us understand what Saturn is doing. He is retrograding and moving back into the Purvabhadrapada nakshatra. Now what is Saturn? Saturn is a task master. Whenever Saturn goes retrograde, what happens? It brings back your karma from the past life or past karma that was left unfulfilled for you to now take action on it, to introspect more on it. And in general, Saturn represents the common people. Saturn represents the masses. Saturn represents laborers. Saturn represents farmers. Saturn represents neglected people in the society. What is Saturn's role in the planetary structure? Saturn is like an auditor. Saturn inspects things and finds out faults and then gives you an opportunity to correct those faults. So think of Saturn like a person who is inspecting buildings. He finds out faults in the structures. He tells you there are faults here. This is not proper. This has to be corrected. And finally, he gives his findings. And then you are supposed to work on those findings and take the corrective and preventive action. So Saturn here is going to bring out faults in the government systems, in the hierarchical structures. Right? He will expose all those faults and give a report. Now there is one more graha here called as Rahu. Rahu is a magician. He creates illusion. He creates smoke. So think of Rahu as someone who suddenly shows you a spaceship and then as he waves his wand, the spaceship disappears. So Rahu here is a rebel who creates new technologies, who brings about new inventions, new structures. But are the foundations really strong? That is what Saturn inspects. So now, who is Saturn? Saturn represents the masses, the common people. And Rahu represents technology, like AI, advances in technology. Rahu in Aquarius shows groups of people. It shows your friend circle. Rahu is a rebel. So here what is going to happen when Saturn and Rahu are in Purvabhadra nakshatra? People will start questioning the government. People will start questioning faulty structures. People will start questioning flaws in the legal system. So across the world, this creates protests. This creates religious strife. This can create riots in many places, especially in India. And what you will see is that this results in intense purification, intense transformation. So those hierarchical structures with faults will fall apart and you will be forced to work on bringing in new systems or new structures. That is what Saturn and Rahu in Purvabhadrapada will do. So in the United States of America, people could question the president's policies, the tariff policies, the impact of these tariffs on their personal lives because prices are going up. In certain states, there could be rebellions, right? People can protest against government policies. There could be civil war in the United States because Rahu is a rebel and Saturn is exposing the faults there in the systems. So now in United States, which has a Sagittarius ascendant, this is happening in the third house and the fourth house. Fourth house is the homeland. Third house is the efforts. So people here are going to protest. There will be lack of domestic peace in United States. There could be a civil war. People will definitely question the government and the authority figures there as to what is going on. And that will result in new structures and a better society later. In India, which has a Taurus ascendant, this is happening in the 11th house and the 10th house. 10th house is the karma. It represents the masses, the common people. 11th house shows your friend circle, groups of people, large organizations. So in India, people will again create revolts. There will be rebellions against large organizations. Again, the government will be questioned. There could be religious riots, especially in the north and eastern parts of India. So all these things will happen, but it will be for a greater good. The faulty structures will be destroyed, new structures will come up. What about Iran? It is happening in the 8th house and the 9th house. 8th house, sudden change. 9th house, gurus, teachers, principles. So in Iran also, this can show a time of war, a time of strife, a time of struggle over religious beliefs. All those things will happen. The northern portions of India, countries of Pakistan, Afghanistan, there you will see immense riots, immense protests, and probably India will also have to engage in war with Pakistan or Bangladesh in the months of October and December. We will see this happening very soon. Saturn in Purvabhadrapada activates the nuclear element. So things related to the nuclear things will come into focus. On a personal level, whichever house Aquarius and Pisces represents in your chart, those areas will get a bit disturbed. Say it represents the 10th house and 11th house in your chart. Then on the career front, your activities will be audited, you will be questioned, and any faults that are there, you will have to correct them. Now, what happens when Saturn and Rahu come together? Generally, it is called as Shrapit Yog because these are mischievous planets. Saturn is very strict, Rahu is a rebel. So together they create lot of confusion, lot of transformation, and lot of destructive activities also happen in nature in this time. So this could trigger seismic activity, and because this nakshatra is ruled by a Rudra, it shows storms. So when Saturn starts entering the Purvabhadrapada nakshatra and Rahu is also going to be present there, in the western countries you will see storms, hurricanes, floods, all of that increasing on a large scale. There will be heavy rainfall also in this time because Rudra represents thunder. Now this is different from Ardra, but nevertheless it is a nakshatra ruled by Rudra, which shows penance and purification. So when Saturn and Rahu come together in Purvabhadrapada nakshatra, political scandals come out. Activities that are clandestine and happening in religious institutes which are unethical, those will also get exposed in this time period. So people see the true face of things in this time period. What their government actually says and what is actually happening behind the scenes, those things get exposed. People get angry and then they start revolting. These things happen when Saturn and Rahu are in Purvabhadrapada nakshatra. Natural disasters like earthquakes, storms, volcanoes, seismic activities, those increase in this time period. Now the northern parts of India, namely Delhi, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, and the northwestern countries from India, that is Afghanistan, Pakistan, those areas will experience severe problems, severe protests in this time period. Even the eastern parts of India, Bihar, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, those regions will also see problems in this time period. Mumbai needs to be very careful in this time period. Storms are likely on the coastal regions in Mumbai and Gujarat. Now, India is likely to get into a war with Pakistan. Terror activities can increase in the northwest parts of India. Like I said, in the regions of Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, those areas are sensitive areas in this time period. And India could get into part 2 of Operation Sindoor very soon between October and December. Now what happens is Saturn is in retrograde motion till 28th November 2025. Then he becomes direct, but he's still in the Purvabhadrapada nakshatra, and on 20th January 2026 he will again enter into the Uttar Bhadrapad nakshatra in the sign of Pisces. So when Saturn becomes retrograde, it is a time to introspect. It is a time when faults will come out. You will have to decide on what action to take. And when Saturn becomes direct, it is time for action. Whatever was wrong, you have to correct it and come up with proper solutions. Now, one more point is Rahu represents latest technologies, advances in technologies like AI, and Saturn starts questioning the rightness of these technologies. So, focus on ethical AI, AI without bias, that will also increase in this time period. So, friends, this is a short video. Hope you liked it. If you have not subscribed to our channel, you can do so by clicking the subscribe button. To know more about us, you can visit our website astroseva.tripod.com. To reach out to us, please email us at astrosevaworld@yahoo.com. So friends, thanks a lot. Bye. Take care and stay safe. I will see you soon shortly with another video.